Welcome to Larry King Live in Los Angeles. Tonight, song and dance man Sammy Davis Jr. faces the hardest act of his life. Plus, Michael Landon, still on Hollywood's highway to success. Now, here's Larry King.
Good evening. Wind-up of our first week in Los Angeles, a 2-week stay. Don't forget, Sunday night on 12 cable networks, the Ace Awards will air. Tomorrow night on CNN at 7 Eastern, it's the Capitol Gang. I think that's the liveliest show on television. Tomorrow night they'll be talking about Gorbachev and El Salvador and children and grades in the United States. The four do not get along often, and a lot of laughs on our show. Capitol Gang, 7 p.m., Saturday nights Eastern Time. Among the guests next week on Larry King Live, Tuesday night, Walter Matthau will be with us. Next Wednesday, Tom Selleck. And on Monday night, Cheryl Tiegs, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Mary Fran. Guilty at the age of 4, Sammy Davis Jr. was already an admitted scene stealer. Working beside his dad and uncle, he grew up in vaudeville. It didn't take long before Davis had become a major star, signing on as a charter member of the Rat Pack, performing with friends like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. And now, after 60 years in show business, Sammy Davis Jr. is still the ultimate entertainer. On the night of February 4th on ABC, they will air a special tribute to Sammy Davis Jr. It was taped back in November with about 2,000 people attending, among those performing Eddie Murphy, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Michael Jackson. It's a great pleasure to welcome to Larry King Live a return visit for Sammy Davis Jr., who I think is rooting for the Rams Sunday against.
I don't know what gave you that impression.
Something gives me the clue here that you're a Ramaholic here. Before we get to that and other things, the obvious, how are you?
I am fine. I thank God every day, and it's gone. Now I'm just recovering, and every day is better. Some days you have a bad day, you know, and up here you have a bad day. But I'm the luckiest man alive, and the luckiest man that ever walked the earth, I think, because of the fact that I got the best medical people in the world are in this town for what I had, and they took care of me.
How did you find out? You had throat cancer, right?
Yes.
How did you learn that?
I've never had any problems with my throat at all.
Despite all the smoking?
No, never had a problem. Never got Vegas throat. As a matter of fact, Sinatra always kidded me about it, you know. When is your voice going to go out, you know? We were in Florida doing a show for General Motors, and I had to do 2 shows, 2 different nights. Went down, did the first night, and it was a good show, and the audience reaction was wonderful, and I felt good about it. Came off the stage, and I was having a bite to eat, and I went, and it just little irritation. Next morning I got up, there was a little more irritation, but it went away. But it bugged me enough for me to say to Shirley Rhodes, do you have a throat man that you go to in Los Angeles? Now all these years I never had a throat doctor because I never had any problems. So she recommended Dr. Sugarman. It so happens that Dr. Sugarman is in partnership, or in medical parlance, together with Dr. Cantor, who is Sinatra's throat man. I didn't know this at the time.
So you went back to Los Angeles and went to see?
Came back, saw it. They didn't like what they saw when they looked down. They said, go in, and I think we better go in. They put me in the hospital. Unbeknownst to me, they were doing tests. They took a biopsy. When I woke up the next morning, they told me.
What?
Dr. Sugarman walked in and he said, you have an ulcerated carcinoma, da, 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 da. And I went, are you telling me I got cancer? And he looked at me like this. I said, because I don't know them other words. And he said, yeah. He said, I said, is it on the vocal cord? He said, no, it's behind the vocal cord. And now you must remember hearing this. This has been the straightest period of my life, taking care of myself.
No drugs, no booze?
No booze, no nothing. Never sung better in my life than I have in the last 3.5, 4 years.
But still smoking?
I was still smoking. So now I hear this, and I said, well, what do I have? And he explained it to me, broke it down in layman's parlance. I said, "What?" He said, "But you got options." And when he said that, suddenly I felt like, how many times do you hear you have cancer and then say, "But here's what we can do"? You always think dramatically. You've got cancer, and we got to operate on you in the next 20 minutes. You know what I mean. So we talked about whether I should take chemotherapy, which I was afraid of. I didn't want to go in physically with him and have him do an operation, because I had a fear about them, something would happen and
Foreign object in your throat. So what was the third?
radiation.
And that's what you chose.
I had 40 treatments,
Is that, do you do it consecutive days?
5 days a week, every day.
Does it knock you out?
Yes, knocks you to your knees.
Are you
Everybody reacts differently to it. No two people react the same. I would get ready and go to Cedars-Sinai, and Dr. Thompson, who was my doctor and who's the head of radiology, and his crew, and like family by the second week. I would drive with Brian Dello from the hospital back to my house, which is 8 minutes. By the time I got to the house, Altovese would be waiting for me, and I had to go to bed. That's how it drained me. And to right now, I've been off it 3.5 weeks now. In the afternoon, I just fall apart.
It's painless though, right?
Absolutely painless. There is nothing. You don't feel anything.
Now, the horse, let's talk about that in a minute. Our guest, this is like a medical show. But
I'm sorry.
Hey, the world is concerned. No, don't you be sorry. We're concerned.
May I take one moment just to say to that world you spoke of, I can never thank them. I never knew that many people love me. It's a hell of a way to find out, but it's almost even up, because to find out people care that much about you, Larry. You know what I mean. You've been there.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, universal. Sammy Davis Jr. is our guest. Just turned 64 years young. Be right back. Don't go away. Back in November, they had a tremendous tribute. Anybody in show business was there, a tribute to Sammy Davis Jr. And that tribute will air on ABC television on February 4th. He's our special guest tonight. Michael Landon still to come. This is Larry King live in Los Angeles. We'll be going to your phone calls for Sammy in a little while. Do you now regret having ever smoked?
No. I'll never smoke cigarettes again. Of course, never.
But you don't blame them, or?
No, I can't be hypocritical. As much joy as I got out of lighting a cigarette and doing the jokes.
You used to have signs in your dressing room, please
smoke.
Yeah.
And, you know, so what am I going to say now because it happened to me? Of course it's dumb, Larry. Of course it's dumb. It's like whatever caused your ill effects with your body.
I smoke. Eat stupid. Dumb. Why do we do dumb things?
It's dumb, but I also, that morning puff with that's what I miss. Coffee in the morning, and I love the gestures with it, you know, the moves you could make with it. Talking.
What do you do now? Going a little nuts.
Crazy,
But
absolutely crazy.
No fear you'll smoke again. Okay. The voice sounds scratchy.
It is scratchy.
What do they say about that?
Comes and goes. Some days good. Right now it'll get better. Then it'll go away. It is not locked in yet. The hardest part about it is once my doctors told me and they showed me, because they put a tube down and Dr. Sugarman showed me, and I could watch it on tape. The cancer is gone, thank God.
It was right there?
Right? In this area, I would say, in this area. Cancer's gone, and he showed me before I had the treatments and afterwards, and it's two different things. And the funny part, I haven't talked about this, so you must forgive me. That's why I'm not too articulate about it.
We forgive you.
It is funny, because I haven't. Because everybody that I've discussed this with this close are so close to me. Altavis, of course, Shirley Rhodes, the friends.
Once it's
excuse
gone,
me.
I understand.
I thought I had control. In any event.
We're all friends.
I know that. Thank you. I'm not ashamed of it, but just that I don't want it just to go too far. The effects of, what was the point? I'm sorry.
Once the cancer is gone.
Once the cancer is gone, Dr. Thompson, Dr. Sugarman, Dr. Cantor told me the hardest part that you're going to have now is trying not to get well last week. He said, because it's going to take time for it to come. You'll go a week and the voice will be cooking. This will be your speaking voice and this, that, and the other. Now, I haven't tried to sing. I haven't tried to even hum in the bathtub, nothing. And I've got a couple of people. Shirley MacLaine has recommended someone to me, Steve Lawrence, that I'm going to, a doctor that I'm going to go to, who builds upon people's vocal cords once they've had something.
You will sing again. Is that what you're saying?
Better than I used to.
You will perform again.
Oh, yes. It's either that or, you know, walk around with papers on the corner, you know. But no, I'm being facetious.
Were you ever pessimistic?
Yeah. About 3 weeks in, having played hero, see.
Because you were playing it pretty good.
You know.
No problem.
No problem. Everything's going to be all right. And suddenly you're alone, and it hits you. Then all the fears come. What if? Then I had to make decisions. But thank God the people around me who cared about me, who lived with me, who saw this 360 that I made in my life, you know, to such a positive point and saw this happen, who were as frustrated about it as I was. They had to go along with the fact that, hey, this is it. This is God's will. And there's nothing you can do about it. Thank God I was not destitute. I didn't have to borrow money. I didn't have to sell my rings. I didn't have to do any of those things, though that support came from the people who would be obvious, but also from a lot of people that you would never even suspect.
Like?
No, I won't name names, but just people from left field who said, here's a check, just whatever you need, fill it
Really?
in. Yes.
Our guest is Sammy Davis Jr. You'll get a chance to talk to him right after this.
Mic check. I don't know if anybody's listening, but this is a pretty normal level out here on the weather mic, and probably irritating Don, who is on the phone. So.
Sammy Davis Jr., Mr. Bojangles, the Candyman, Taps' extraordinary film and recording career, over 40 albums, Grammys, Emmys. He has done it all in an extraordinary career. Why so much the desire to want to come back, by the way? Is it something intrinsic? Do you
Just to do this. Plus the fact that I promised Frank and Liza we'd finish the tour. The tour that goes on forever.
By the way, is there a sense of guilt over that? Do you feel kind of weird? That can happen with people when they get struck with illness. They feel guilt for others.
Oh, no.
You know,
I
like you
never
have throat
felt that.
cancer, but you feel bad you have to leave the tour.
No, I didn't feel that, because before I could take the breath to say, they were there and told me, don't worry about it. We got a couple of dates, and the other ones, we'll wait until you get better. If it's a year from now, whatever. That's what Frank said, and Liza, of course. But that's family. But that's what made the night that.
Yeah, now, that night, to sit with all those people in a trip, I mean, it's got to feel unreal.
Yes.
Can you describe how you felt? Because no one's ever had a night like that.
And I don't think anyone ever will. I mean, with sincerity, with a minimum amount of theatricality, but great theater. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But none of the phony, oh, I want to... Everybody that walked on that stage related to me, I related to them. We were friends. The man who produced it has been a friend of mine from Ciro's before I made it with my dad and uncle, before the door flew open with us, before I became, quote, a star, George Slaughter. We are friends. Everybody there was connected with the show, our friends. A man from ABC, John Hamlin, friends. We worked together at NBC. So when they came, because my first thing was, hey, you know, I don't want people to think, oh, well, here we go. We got to put up with Sammy Davis Jr. now. Boy, he's finally got on the right track. Now, look, now what is he going to do, milk this thing to death? None of that comes out, because that wasn't the way it was approached from behind the camera. And when I sat there and watched it, the people who came out with love. And again, the Negro College Fund is
Who hosted the evening? Frank hosted?
Eddie Murphy.
Not bad. Marco Island, Florida, with Sammy Davis Jr. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. King.
Hi.
Sammy, this is Philip Kedover. Every Saturday during your run on Golden Boy, I was there at the stage door.
Oh, my goodness.
And I just want to say you're Mr. Wonderful off the stage as well as on, and you've sure set a lot of ideals guiding my whole life as far as the work ethic.
Thank you.
And I just wish we could get a little more of it.
Thank you very, very
And
much.
I wish you the best always, and as I say, you are Mr. Wonderful everywhere.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. folks.
Golden Boy, that was a great experience for you,
Yes,
wasn't
it was.
The Broadway stage.
We twice to do Mr. Wonderful, and then years later to come back and do Golden Boy, and to have the public accept both shows because they were different, very moving ahead shows at the time.
Avon, New Jersey, for Sammy Davis Jr. Still to come, Michael Landon. Hello.
Hello, Larry.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Davis.
Hello.
I hope you feel better. First of all, that's the most important thing.
Thank you.
And second of all, was there ever a problem with egos working around people like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Jerry Lewis in light of the Martin and Lewis feud for so long? Do you think they'll ever make up?
Well, that's kind of two questions in one. How about
I
the
can
ego
answer.
problem? Do you have an ego problem?
No, there has never been an ego problem with Frank. I've never felt one. As a matter of fact, when I was still an opening act, he was doing this to me, saying, hey, we all go together. That's the way it is. The great thing about the relationship with Jerry that I have and Dean that I have, I was there the last night at the Copa when they split.
Really?
And of all the people in that room, I'm the only one that they called up to say something for the night. And they called me to the center stage because they knew that I loved them both. But what you got to do, you got to do. But that had nothing to do with ego as much as it had to do with their show business. I want to do this, I want to do that.
When you and Frank and Liza, though, on that tour, these are 3 closing acts. You had to open.
Who cares? But there ain't no opening act. Don't you understand? There ain't no opening act. And what I say to Liza, who walks me, every show we've done all over the world, she walks me to the beginning of the stage. She comes out of her dressing room, and we're in and out of each other's dressing rooms all the time anyway. Walks me to the entrance. She says, okay, go get him. I say, I'm taking no prisoners. And when I come off, she's there waiting for me, and I go like this. Try to follow that if you can. But that's been our running thing. Then we run in and say the same thing to Frank.
Frank, easy to work with?
I
He's
think
a
so.
perfectionist.
I think so. Sometimes you don't get the message. He won't lay it out. And the closer you are, the more love he has for you, and the more love that you mutually share. There is an assumption sometimes that you should have understood it before you understand it. But that's been my only bone of contention.
How do you think he and Rickles will do? They're going out together
I know.
this August
I
for
know
a concert tour. That should be
I would like to
something.
be somewhere in the area.
Yes. San Francisco with Sammy Davis Jr. Hello.
Seen you many times on stage. Has that stage act, that great stage act that you do alone on stage with an orchestra for an hour and a half, I hope that has been recorded. I hope a number of those stage acts, no one is the same. Has some of those been recorded so that we
Great
see
question. Is there anywhere a video of just you in that famous nightclub act which had everything, including dancing on the front tables?
No.
Nowhere.
There's a bit and pieces over the period of time. I thank the caller for even thinking about it. But I tell you what I did do. You know, we did the Sinatra tour. And there's a show coming out that Bill Cosby and I did together, which will soon be released from Bill's company, which is the closest thing I have to a one-performance thing, where I do dance, where I do the impressions, where I do as much of it, and at this kind of a level. And so when that comes out, that'll be pretty close to it.
You must miss dancing, right?
Not that much. I
No?
dance more now than I ever.
But you had that hip disc, but there are certain moves you can't
2
do,
hips.
right? 2 hips.
I mean, same hip, 2 operations.
Aren't there moves you can't do?
No,
You can do everything you could always do?
not quite as high as I used to do it. But rhythm dancing, which is what I am. I was never a ballet tap artist. But rhythm dancing, no problem. I do all the moves.
I think it's the last call we can get in for Sammy Davis. San Diego, hello.
Hi, Sammy. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you, first of all, I want to wish you a full recovery.
Thank you very much.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Dance Awards in San Diego. I read that you're going to be there.
Yes, I am honored to be the recipient.
Oh, you get the Dance Award this year in
Yes.
San Diego? That's a great honor.
It's a great, great honor, and I'm flying in to do it. You know, I can't wait.
So we can safely now tell our audience worldwide that you are okay. We
I
have
can
30
only-
seconds.
I-
You are
okay.
okay.
The cancer is gone. I am recuperating. I am performing when God tells me it's time for you to perform. He will let me know, because I ain't going to push him. See, I'll let him guide me.
You're the best.
Thank you, Larry.
Sammy
Thank you.
Davis Jr. We're going to pause and come back with Michael Landon. This is Larry King Live in Washington. Walter Matthau will be with us on Tuesday night. Tom Selleck next week. Jamie Lee Curtis on Monday. Back with Michael Landon on Larry King Live from Los Angeles after this.
You're an angel. Right. You mean full tilt angel. The halo, the wings, the whole Megillah.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't have my wings yet. I'm sort of on probation right now.
Well, gents, I've heard some good ones, but this one tops them all.
Hey, we're telling you the truth.
Well, if you believe that, furball, then you got more birds sitting in your antenna than anyone I've ever met.
Coming up, Heaven's Highwayman, Michael Landon.
More than 30 years ago, a skinny kid from New Jersey picked the name Michael Landon out of a Los Angeles phone book. Looks like he made a pretty good choice because he's become one of America's favorite television stars, has been for a long time. For 14 years, he was Little Joe Cartwright on the hit series Bonanza, and now Landon secured a truly heavenly role, starring as an angel on the popular program Highway to Heaven, now in syndication. His newest project is a made-for-television movie called Where Pigeons Go to Die. It'll air on NBC TV as a movie special on Monday night, January 29th. What was that story of picking that name out? I never heard
My real name, or?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you're Orvitz from Forest Hills, right?
Eugene Maurice Orvitz. What happened?
Two Jewish people tonight. It's an all-Jewish saga this evening.
What I did was I went down, I got a job. So when you get a job, you get a name. So I went down to the Screen Actors Guild, and I had picked out the name Michael Lane. And I went down there, and they were shooting a movie at that time called The Harder They Fall. And there was a guy in there, Humphrey Bogart, well, the 6'7" guy, who was kind of the primo carnera character. His name was Michael Lane. And I didn't feel that I wanted to call him up and ask him to change it to 6'7". So I just whipped the phone book open and went through the L's, and I hit Landon. I said, Alf Landon, he's okay, I'll take it. So that was it.
You know, not many Jewish kids in New York City wanted to be actors.
Not many of them wanted to be cowboys.
Oh, a cowboy. You were strange, right? Or different.
Very different, yeah. I was...
You know what motivated you that way?
It was a very strange way that I became an actor. I had just quit school. I was a javelin thrower at USC, and I got a job at a warehouse unloading freight cars. And the guy I was unloading with wanted to do a scene at a studio, and he wanted somebody to do the scene with him. And he didn't want to take the emotional part of it. It was a scene from Home of the Brave, and the original play, it was a Jewish guy, and in the movie it was a black guy. And he gave me that part, and I said, what the heck, why not? And I did the scene, and I discovered that all the stuff came, I loved it, and that's how I got going.
Do you remember what you loved?
I loved being somebody else. I was extremely secure when I was somebody else. I was a very shy person otherwise, and all of a sudden when I was whoever this was, I was not a shy person anymore.
Before we go back to career and take calls, tell me about Where Pigeons Go to Die, unusual title.
Yeah, it's from a book by the same name. And matter of fact, NBC wanted me to change the title initially, but I feel there's an obligation to an author of a book. And it's a book by R. Wright Campbell. It was brought to me by Melissa Sue Anderson, the girl who played Mary on Little House on the Prairie. We were having dinner one night. She'd read the book and said, I think this is your cup of tea. And I read the book and loved it. And very simple story, but beautifully written. And I was able to get Art Carney to play the grandfather, and a wonderful young boy named Robert Gorman to play the grandson.
And this is about?
It's about a grandfather, a grandson, and a homing pigeon, and the importance of home to all of them and what they'll go through to get back there.
Do you like something you don't work in?
I worked in it as an actor.
But you're not the star of it?
No. As a matter of fact, I generally, on something that I really want to get done like that, I inject myself so that I can try to get it on the air.
But I remember we talked the last time, you like the business end of this business. You like packaging, you like executive producing, you like the ball of wax.
Oh yeah, the directing and writing, editing, that's the part of the business that I really love. Yeah.
More than acting?
Oh yeah, far more. I loved acting when I was a kid. I mean, that was my life, it was everything. But the more I've gotten behind the camera, the more exciting it is. And there are so many actors in this town who are so great. I mean, I want to work with them, you know what I mean?
And you also like the deal making? You like the boardroom?
Oh no, not at all. No, and I don't really get into that.
So you have people that do that for you?
Yeah, but I do it in a very simple way. My deals are not complicated, and I don't get sued, and I don't sue people. I just say...
Or you go to NBC. How does it work? Let's see, Where Pigeons Go to Die comes about how?
I bring them the idea, and I say I'd like to make the movie. And if it's NBC, it's easier for me because I've been with them for 30 years, and they trust me. They know I'm going to bring the product in. They tell me what license fee they'll give me, and if I can't make the movie for that, then I sell the foreign rights away so I can still make the movie because I want to make it. I don't make it for any reason except I really want to make it.
And then do you get very involved on Tuesday, January 30th? Will you be very involved on how it did last night?
Rating-wise, you mean? Oh, no.
Not at all?
No. I'll be about as involved in the number as I will be in the reviews. None. Absolutely
Why
nothing.
not?
Because it doesn't bother me if a reviewer doesn't like it, because he's got his opinion. I made it because I like it. And I know that everything I make is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I mean, if something I've done does badly, numbers-wise, as far as the audience is concerned, it's millions of people who have seen something that I think is beautiful.
Have you ever had anything do badly?
Oh, sure. Of course.
Because I thought most of your series, all your series were hits, right?
Yeah, but I mean, for me, badly is not as big as...
This is relative.
Oh, sure, it's relative. Yeah. I mean, everything, if you're going to look at everything now with cable, everything does badly.
That's right, there are no 30s.
It's not like Bonanza days. I mean, my gosh, when you look at 42, 44 shares, 45 shares.
Bonanza would get that.
Oh, sure, they don't exist anymore.
We'll be right back with Michael Landon. He wrote, directed, as executive producer, stars in Where Pigeons Go to Die. Art Carney, not too bad either, is in it too. It airs Monday night, January 29th on NBC. We'll take calls from Michael Landon after this.
Indeed.
By the way, the brilliant Leonard Rosenman, who did the music for East of Eden, which Michael just told us he's been humming for 25 years, did the music, the score for Where Pigeons Go to Die. Was that theme of East of Eden was always in your head?
Always. Whenever I would edit a show, you need music to know how long to make your cuts. So when I'd want to know when to cut the film, I'd just keep humming this theme because it was just so beautiful. And then after 25 years, I finally got a chance to work with him. It was great.
Was Carney easy to work with?
Unbelievable. I mean, as cute as he could be, a very shy man, but exactly what you'd want Art Carney to be if you've idolized him all these years the way I have.
To Pittsburgh from Michael Landon. Hello.
Yes, two quick questions, and I'd like to say what an honor it is to talk to Mr. Landon.
Oh, thank you.
I was wondering, one of your Bonanza co-stars, David Canary, has won 3 Emmys. I was wondering, why have you been overlooked with 3 successful series such as yours? And the other question is, there are still 3 Cartwright sons, Adam, Joe, and Jamie, and I was wondering if you'd be making any movies like Gunsmoke has been doing.
Okay, for the first one, only because of my own personal preference, I'm not particularly concerned in terms of awards, and you basically have to put yourself up for awards, and I don't bother to do it. Not for any real reason except
you put yourself up and you have to submit. In other words.
You have to submit yourself. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just not. It's not my cup of tea.
You don't let NBC submit for you?
No, I think you really have to submit yourself, basically. And
a nostalgia. bonanza, I guess is what he's asking.
Yeah. I don't want to, I've never wanted to do a they've asked many times when a lot of us were still alive, but I just don't want to do it. I don't think it's right. And I think the majority of people tune in just to say, geez, the guy put on a lot of weight, or he lost some hair, or I don't think they tune in because the show's terrific. If it was so good, why did they drop it?
Do I get it from that? You don't miss it, right? That was a stage, and this
what,
is
Bonanza?
different. Yeah.
Oh, I love that show. Doing that show, I could have done it the rest of my life.
Then why not do a nostalgia one, even if that is
because
the
the guys aren't here. I mean, that's what I loved about the show. Lauren and Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, without them, there was no show.
Los Angeles, for Michael Landon. Hello.
Hi, Michael. I appreciate the product that you put out, but I'm very frustrated. I accidentally found your Little House set and thought I stumbled on a historic ghost town that survived. But when I tried to take pictures, I was forcibly removed from the area, and they told me to get your permission, but I never got an answer from your office. Why is photographs of sets like that not allowed?
Well, you must have been there a long time ago, because we blew it up about 7 years ago. So you may have wandered into someplace else.
Okay.
If
before they blew it up.
It was before they blew it up. It's because people come into the town and break all the windows and
really?
and break into the stores and loot them, and that's why you have to have somebody on the set to make sure people don't come around.
But Orlando, Florida, with Michael Landon. Hello.
Hello. Good evening to both you, Larry and Mike.
Hi.
Two quick questions. Larry, how do you like your new town car? And Mike, maybe you can help us out with a rumor of when you were running track that you didn't want to cut your hair because of your beliefs in Samson.
I don't have the 90 town car. I have the 89. I'll have the. I wish I had the 90 because the 90 looks nicer. Samson.
Yeah, as far as yeah, that's true. I was a javelin thrower, and when I graduated from high school, I weighed 126 pounds, and I was the best in the United States. And
really?
Yeah, and I really believe that it was. I had seen the movie Samson and Delilah, and being a Jew, I had a feeling that maybe it would work. So I let my hair grow, and as a matter of fact, I was so small when I went to USC, and the coach saw me. He just saw my name in the book, that I was #1, and #1 by a lot. And he made me go out and audition, because I was not exactly what he expected to see.
It's fascinating. Why did you choose the javelin? I mean, that's an interesting sport.
I didn't choose it. I think it was chosen for me. I was in a gym class. I was never a terrific athlete. Very little skinny kid. I was in the 9th grade, and they had an old broken javelin. No, it's in Collingswood, New Jersey. And they had a broken javelin in a gym class, and everybody got a chance to throw it. And when it came my chance, it was a short field with a stadium beyond it. I threw it in the stands. There was no reason it should happen. But all of a sudden, I had something that I could do better than everybody else. And the minute I had that, my whole life changed. My schoolwork changed. I realized I could get to college. If I got a scholarship, my parents couldn't afford to send me. And it changed my entire life.
Was it also fun to throw?
Well, it was for me, because I could beat everybody. Come on, everybody wants to be a winner.
Stevens Point, Wisconsin, for Michael Landon. Hello.
Hi, Michael. Pete Pepecco calling. Say, my question is this. Has the experience of playing an angel on TV changed your spiritual philosophies in any way?
No. No, playing an angel on television hasn't changed my spiritual philosophies at all.
None.
No, not one way or
Depart,
another.
right?
The only thing that I saw from it was how pathetic the prejudice is in terms of religion. I got a lot of flack from...
really?
Oh, yeah, from a lot of various people, even on religious shows on television. I mean, it's called Satan, the devil comes to you.
Merely because he came down?
Only because I did not preach the gospel exactly as the way they would like to hear it. You know, and I think that's kind of sad.
Newington, Connecticut. Michael Landon's Where Pigeons Go to Die airs January 29th. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Landon.
Hi.
It's quite an honor to speak with you. I always enjoyed your performances, and especially your rapport with young people on some of your series.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm getting a little personal. I know that you had good writers and so forth, and you're a good actor, but I wonder if you had that kind of rapport with your parents. I think some of that compassion and humanness had to be part of you. And I'll hang up and listen to you.
Good question.
As a matter of fact, I didn't have it with my parents, and that's why I think I always wanted to have it with my children. I didn't have any of that when I was a kid. I had a very unhappy mother and father who did not like each other one whit, which again I think has a lot to do with my religious attitudes.
On you?
No, because you have to speak to each other to be able to shower love on your son. They never spoke to each other. My mother was Catholic and was anti-Semitic, and my father was not too thrilled with Catholic people, so they didn't get along too well.
How about you as a father?
Yeah.
You a good father?
Yeah, I think I am. I'm as good a father as I can be, and I'm going to make mistakes like anybody else, but if there's one thing my kids know, they can tell me anything. They can speak to me about anything at any time, and as long as they don't lie to me, nothing else matters to me.
We'll be right back with Michael Landon on Larry King Live. Don't go away.
You want to see something real scary?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking really, really scary.
Come on, I said I love it. Give me your best shot.
Okay.
You ready? Come on, I'm ready.
Back to the calls for Michael Landon, Collingswood, New Jersey. He wasn't born there, but he spent a lot of his young years there, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
You're
Hello?
on. You're on.
Okay. Michael, I met you last summer when you appeared in South Jersey in support of the Haven.
Oh, sure,
for Women Against Rape.
Right.
And I just wanted to know if you're still involved with that group for the sexually abused children.
I am in various parts of the country. As you know, there's a ton of different organizations working on the same thing, and I was back in Jersey doing some work, and I had an opportunity to go to the Haven. I hope it's going well back there for him.
Thank you very much. To Honolulu, hello.
Hello, Michael. We met years ago at Hot Dog Annie's. There's a name out of your past.
Hot Dog Annie's.
Hot Dog Annie's?
Is that a place?
I hope it's a restaurant.
What is it?
It's just a hot dog stand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not sure it's a white. Anyway.
Because there was one, never mind.
We think of, she did chili dogs and all, whatever you want she made. Anyway, wore big funny-looking glasses and stuff. Anyway, we think of you and we think of television success. Was it a conscientious decision on your part not to concentrate on motion pictures?
No, it's just that I got lucky with every series I had, and they just stayed on. And if you're wearing a lot of hats in a television series, there's no way to take any time for features. That may alter at this point in my life.
You never did a feature?
I did. I made some. I mean, as an actor, I did prior to series, and.
But you never starred in a feature?
No.
You've always been a television mainstay.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. Of course I starred in a feature. I thought I was a teenage werewolf. You forgot that?
Were you in that?
Was I in that?
I didn't see that.
I was the werewolf.
You were in...
Of course. The guy you've been idolizing all these years, Larry, it's me. Got an award from the SPCA. You don't remember this?
I don't remember that. I'm so sorry. Canyon Country, California. Hello. If this guy does a wolf scream, I'm dead. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my name is Lauren James, and I was Mike's very first stuntman. I doubled him for a number of years until he got going steadily, and I want to tell you, he was a gentleman then and a real professional on the set. I've worked with him off and on all the way through to his latest series and so forth, and he was still a gentleman and never changed in that respect and a real professional. I just wanted to mention that.
Isn't that nice?
Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Good to hear from you.
He took the risks, right?
Yes.
We'll be back with our remaining moments with Michael Landon after this. Our guest is Michael Landon. He'll star and direct and executive produce and write Where Pigeons Go to Die, a new NBC television movie that will air Monday night, January 29th. Once a deal is made, do you get involved in what night of the week they play it or what time they play it?
Not really. You know,
it's Networkville, right?
Occasionally we'll have a discussion about it, and we did on this this particular show because they wanted the air date in December, and I couldn't deliver in December without rushing things. I didn't want to. I think it's a special piece. So we got another night, and it's fine.
Would you do another series?
If it was something I said, gee, this is so good, I have to make it. But otherwise, 30 years of that may be a lot for me. I'm not sure. I just don't know at this point, you know.
Do you ever get tired of it, though? I mean, the hours?
Boy, not when we're doing it. The hours are not bad. My hours are very, very good. I mean, all my guys are home for dinner at night. We don't work overtime, and the 15, 16 hours a day that you hear about all the time do not happen in my company. If we had 3 days overtime in the last 5 years, that would be a lot.
This is your own company, right?
Yeah.
Your own people are always with you.
Yeah, and that's the difference. They're just terrific workers.
What
they all like each other.
Do you block things out differently than other people do? Do you lay out your budgets well in advance?
No, I don't have 4 guys saying what we should do next. I mean, most people in this town make shows by committee. You can't have all those people talking all the time. I'm either going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. But one way or the other, I'm going to be home at 6, one way or the other.
And that value is as important to you as what goes on during the day then, being home. Because a lot of people
Oh, absolutely, and it's the same thing for your crew. You can't have people work 15 hours a day in and day out, and expect them to come to work refreshed or happy. If you're not happy in your home life, you're not going to do a very good job for me. I mean, there's half your work right there.
Greenbrook, New Jersey. Hello.
Oogie.
Hey, somebody knows my real name.
Do you remember a skinny kid who came from New York the last 2 years of high school? Played basketball with Jack McCluskey's team?
What's his name?
Irish Dave.
Irish Dave.
Are you Irish Dave?
Murphy.
Murphy. Are you still skinny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. He was named Oogie?
Yeah, Oogie.
His nickname, Oogie Horowitz.
Oogie Horowitz.
Yeah. You know where I got the nickname Oogie?
Where?
Now figure this out. This can only happen in South Jersey. I was wrestling around playing football with a whole bunch of big guys who were in a lot across the street. And the biggest guy fell on my head, and I almost started to cry. So to stop me from crying, he said, "Hey, Oogie, what's the matter, Oogie?" And that nickname stuck with me. Now, his name was Lefty, and he was right-handed. This can only happen in South Jersey.
That's a great story. Okay, Oog, good luck.
Thank you.
Our guest has been Michael Landon. He directed, was executive producer, and stars in, thanks for calling, Irish, Where Pigeons Go to Die. It airs Monday night, January 29th on NBC. Our guests have been Sammy Davis Jr. and Oogie. We hope you have a great weekend. See you on the Ace Awards Sunday night, and back here Monday with Cheryl Teagues and Jamie Lee Curtis and Mary Flann, and next Tuesday, Walter Matthau. For the whole crew here in Los Angeles, we've got another week to go in L.A. This is Larry King Live. Thanks for joining us, and good night. Hey, Oog.
Hey.